Hello. Does anybody know who this is? This is a bust of a man named Emanuel Swedenborg. I have a picture here of Swedenborg that I wanted to show you as well. Swedenborg was born on January 29th in the year 1688. So he was born quite a few years ago, and just last Friday we celebrated his birthday. Now, many of you may have heard of the name Swedenborg before, but who exactly was Swedenborg? And what does Swedenborg have to do with the new church? Well, Emanuel Swedenborg was someone that the Lord prepared to be his servant in a very, very special way. See, when Emanuel Swedenborg was ready, the Lord opened up his spiritual eyes so that he could actually see into the spiritual world and learn many wonderful things that nobody had ever learned about before. By opening up his spiritual eyes, the Lord taught Swedenborg about heaven and hell, about the life that we need to live if we want to find eternal happiness. The Lord taught Swedenborg beautiful things about marriage, about creation, about his divine providence, how he's leading us, about faith, about himself. And he also helped Swedenborg to see and understand the spiritual meaning of the scriptures, or the spiritual meaning of the Lord's word. Now, the Lord didn't just teach and show Swedenborg all of these things for Swedenborg's sake. The Lord taught and showed Swedenborg these things so that as his humble servant, Swedenborg could write down everything that he learned and saw and publish them in books so that the world, the whole world, could learn these wonderful truths that the Lord was now ready to share with the human race. All in all, Swedenborg ended up publishing over 30 volumes of books filled with all of the wonderful things that the Lord had taught and showed him. Books like, for example, Conjugal Love, about the wonderful truths the Lord taught him about marriage. He published a book called Divine Providence that teaches us how the Lord leads us and guides us to heaven. He published a book called Heaven and Hell, which in detail tells us what exactly heaven and hell are like and what we can expect to see there when we all do someday leave life in this world. Now, in the new church, these books that Swedenborg wrote and published are often referred to as the writings. Sometimes we call them the heavenly doctrines. Again, Swedenborg wrote and published them, but really, and this is important, the teachings and the doctrines that are in these books, we believe come from the Lord alone. Because the Lord is the one, of course, who led Swedenborg to reveal and to write what he did. So, Swedenborg is an important person in our church. The Lord used him as a humble servant to make a second coming to the human race through a new revelation of truth, of the Lord's truth. Now, there is a lot more that we could say about Swedenborg and his spiritual calling. But I wanted to invite you this week to watch a video, a fun video about some other aspects of his life. Some wonderful people at New Church Education have put together a 10-minute video telling us a little bit more about Swedenborg and who he was. A link to that video should be showing up here at the bottom of the screen. You can just click on it and that should take you right to the video. After watching it, you might see or understand a little bit better why Swedenborg is often considered one of the smartest people to ever live in this world. He was considered to be a universal genius, and he had an IQ of over 200, which means that he was really, really smart. So I hope you enjoy it, and do let me know if you have any questions about the video, about Swedenborg himself, who he was, what he did, and I will do my best to answer them for you. So I hope you're having a great week, and I'm really glad to get the chance to talk to you today. And again, watch the video, and I hope to see you next week. Bye.